Thankfully, the G7 summit has wrapped up, so Joe Biden can go back to bed and stop embarrassing America in front of the entire world.
I caught part of President Putin's press conference.
Poor guy. Like all Democrats, Trump is still living rent-free in his head. Also yesterday, he admitted the quiet part out loud that when his caretakers let him out of his room, he's given a list of which reporters he is allowed to call on, who will then ask him their pre-approved questions.
I'll take your questions, and as usual, folks, they gave me a list of the people I'm going to call on. So, Jonathan, Associated Press.
Things are getting so strange that this CNN reporter accidentally slipped up live on the air and committed an act of journalism, admitting his shock that this geriatric is our supposed president.
What we've not seen him do is answer questions like that without his aides screaming at him to stop. I have never seen a president, covering the last 4 of them, who is so protected by his aides in terms of often not wanting him to answer some questions.
Well, sir, that's because we've never had a president with dementia before. Some of the symptoms include confusion, disorientation, and irritability.
Why are you so confident he'll change his behavior, Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm not confident in changing behavior. What do you do all the time? So when did I say I was confident?
You said in the next 6 months you'll be able to determine.
What I said was, let's get it straight. I said what will change their behavior is if the rest of the world reacts to them and it diminishes their standing in the world. I'm not confident of anything. I'm just stating the fact.
There's more to come in this video, so stay tuned. But real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because I'm tired of this crap, and I'm sure that you are too. So subscribe to my channel and check back here on a regular basis. Now that the G7 summit is over and old Joe had his big sit down with Vladimir Putin, CNN has returned to their regularly scheduled programming of their January 6th marathon.
I'm going to keep talking about it.
Officer Michael Fanone, who Don Lemon has a big crush on, was stationed at the Capitol that day and appears to be trying to get a big book deal so he can cash in on his experience from that event, because he's on CNN every week telling the same story over and over again. But last night he finally came up with a new story. He went to the Capitol on his day off in plain clothes, and when he bumped into a Republican congressman, he was upset because the congressman didn't recognize him, because he's a big star on CNN, don't you know?
I saw Congressman Clyde standing outside of an elevator, went into the elevator. He just stared at me. I asked him if he was going to shake my hand, and he told me that he didn't know who I was.
With all due respect, sir, you look like you just got out of prison after serving a 10-year sentence. You weren't even in uniform, and you have a crazy look on your face. So it's no wonder the congressman got freaked out and then didn't believe you when you said that you were a cop. If I were your CO, I would put you on a leave of absence. That is, if you aren't on one already right now. CNN is so obsessed with January 6th that this weekend they're going to be airing a special about it. Their third special.
Now, new details from those who were there.
President Trump said, come to D.C. It's going to be wild.
He was anointed by God.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is happening?
CNN Special Report, Assault on Democracy, The Roots of Trump's Insurrection, Sunday at 9.
Seriously, they've already done 2 specials about it, aside from literally talking about it every single day. CNN is to news what the Jerry Springer Show is to entertainment, and yesterday they had Congressman Paul Gosar's sister on to complain about January 6th, I'm serious, and espouse her conspiracy theories about how her evil brother was one of the conspirators who plotted the insurrection.
The last time you were on CNN with your other brother, Tim, you talked about how you believe that your brother, Congressman Gosar, to be partly responsible for the January 6th insurrection. Do you still believe that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no evidence to the contrary.
So he's guilty until proven innocent, the true Marxist way. There's no proof that he didn't help plot the insurrection, she says. In other news, after high school in Mississippi announced who the valedictorian and the salutatorian were going to be, the parents of other students spoke up because, well, the school had miscalculated the GPAs, and then when the correction was made, it was revealed that there would be co-valedictorians and co-salutatorians. It's not that uncommon to have 2 different students who tie in a GPA both be given the honor of valedictorian or salutatorian, But in this case, the two students who were originally left out from receiving the award that they deserved because of a miscalculation, just a little mistake by a new staff member at the school, well, those students are white. Of course, in a normal world, their race wouldn't matter, but we're living in an idiocracy where liberals imagine racism around every corner. So the New York Times reported that 2 black students won school honors. Then came the calls for a recount. Yeah, it was just because they were black, not because, well, there was a mistake and the other students deserved the awards. Mississippi black valedictorians forced to share honors with white classmates. Oh no, black fragility strikes again. And luckily for our entertainment, MSNBC interviewed these 2 geniuses.
Is there anything left for you and your family to be able to do?
We're still fighting for it.
Have you had a conversation with the person who was named your co-valedictorian?
No, sir.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I would. Just to know, like, why they feel like it should be earned. Like, they shouldn't have it, knowing they didn't earn it.
What about you, Layla? Would you want to have that conversation?
No, sir.
You don't want to talk to them about it?
No, sir. I just feel like you're going to be filled with excuses of why it's not racist and why they assume they was 1 and 2 from the beginning.
Well,
let me read directly from the transcript just to make sure that I understand this properly. Why they assume they was 1 and 2 from the beginning. So let me get this straight. These were 2 of the smartest girls in the entire school. If I was one of the other parents, I would definitely suspect that something was up as well. The good news is we're now more than halfway through June. The bad news is there's still almost 2 weeks left where you're going to be subjected to drag queen propaganda being shoved down your throat every day. It's virtually impossible to escape, and Chipotle has released a special limited edition drag queen burrito. And for those who are on a low-carb diet, you can also get a pride bowl or a pride salad. All they wanted was the right to get married, they said, but now you can't even order food without the Marxists trying to put on a drag queen show for your kids. I don't have a clever segue to my merch plug today, but with summer just around the corner and the weather heating up, I'm sure that you'll enjoy an I Love Global Warming tank top. My only design, which is available in a tank top, by the way, all of which are available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.